Hi boys and girls. This video is for 4th grade math, IXL, objective Q5. It's for adding fractions with like denominators. And like denominators means that the denominator is they're just alike. They're matching. They're the same. When you add fractions, you recall that the denominators must be the same, the denominators. Then you just add the numerators and you put the same denominator on the bottom. So for instance, with this problem, we look at the denominators. They're both 5, so we don't have to change them. We just add the numerators. So we have 2/5 plus 1/5, and that equals 3/5. Here's a visual I made for you. Here's a little chart. It's broken into 5 even pieces. And so if we have these first 2 pieces are pink, for instance, and then we add one more pink piece, then we have a total of 3 out of 5 pink pieces. So 2/5 plus 1/5 equals 3/5. 3 out of 5 pieces here are pink. 4/7 plus 2/7. So if we have 4 of our pieces, let's make them green this time, and then we add 2 more of the pieces green. We're going to have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of 7 green pieces, or 6/7. So I added that visual in there just in case you were still a little confused or needed the visual. There you go. So if we have 3/8 plus 4/8, we just add the numerators. 3 plus 4 is 7. We keep the denominator the same, so it's 7/8. 1/6 plus 4/6 is 1 plus 4 is 5. So it's 5/6. Remember to keep that denominator the same. We do not add up the denominators. Then we have 1/4 plus 1/4, and that is going to give us 2/4. Now, some of you may say, I know that 2/4 is equal to 1/2. And so you might wonder if you could put 1/2 as your answer in IXL, and you can, and it would still be counted correct, because 2/4 is indeed 1/2, and that would just mean that you had put your answer in lowest terms. Now in this objective, that's not required, so if you put 2/4, that is fine, and that will count correct also. But I know I've had that question in class before, and I just wanted to point that out. Now, if I've blown your mind over here with this 1/2, just ignore that and just know you can put down 2/4. But I wanted to add that in here because there are some people who are ready for that step. So if we have 2/12 plus 6/12, we know that 2 plus 4 is 6. So our answer is going to be 6/12. And again, many of you know automatically when you look at that 6/12 is also equal to 1/2. So if instead of putting 6/12 you put 1/2, that would be counted correct. But also 6/12 would be counted as correct. All right. Now here we have 1/3 plus 2/3. So we add up 1 plus 2 and we get 3/3. Now, many of you are going to say, oh, I know that 3/3 is equal to 1 whole. Can I just put down 1 whole? Yes, you can. It would be counted correct. If I have blown your mind with that, ignore that and just know that if you put down 3/3, that is also correct. I'll show you a little visual of that just to push your thinking a little bit further. So if we have this little chart and it's broken into 3 equal pieces, and we have one piece that is orange, and then we add two more pieces that are orange, you can see that now we have the whole chart, or one whole chart, in orange. So 3/3 is equal to one whole. You don't have to know that to do that, but I wanted to push those of you who are ready to go a little bit further into that kind of thinking. So 5/9 plus 4/9, 5 plus 4 is 9. 9/9, again, that would be equal to 1, but 9/9 is a perfectly acceptable answer. You will also have some that end up giving you improper fractions. If you recall, an improper fraction is when the numerator, the top number, is greater than the denominator, or the bottom number. So we have 5/11 plus 8/11. 5 plus 8 is 13. We keep the denominator the same, so we have 13/11. And this is a perfectly acceptable answer on this. If you know how to reduce that and end up saying 1 2/11, and you put that down as your answer in IXL, it will count it correct. So there are some of you who are ready for that step, not everybody, and that's okay. And then here's another one where we're going to end up with an improper fraction, or a fraction where the numerator is bigger than the denominator. So 4 plus 4 is going to give us 8, and we keep our denominator the same, which is a 6. So we have 8/6. This is why it's called an improper fraction. Typically, when we have fractions, the numerator is less than the denominator, but that's okay, and that's a perfectly acceptable answer right there. So I hope this is helpful to you, and if you have any questions, you can let me know.